Making this video does not bring me any joy or delightfulness or any exhilarating amount of feelings, but I gotta say something. I've been silent long enough. Hey guys, this is One Smith. Wondering how you guys are doing, and the purpose of this video is to sort of give you an update on the Casval Gundam project. And the update essentially is it has become a giant failure. As you guys know, my big plan for September was to make a Casval color scheme of the RX-78 Gundam version 3.0, specifically Sazabi Verka or the real grade. And that has what I've been working on for the last month. And with that project in and of itself, as well as a lot of in real life failures, this project has come crashing down, and it's just objectively looking at it, it is a failure. So here's what happened. I shot the review, we went over the color scheme, we discussed it, and if you go on my Instagram, there actually are in process of what was happening. And I still have some footage, which I'll go into why. But I still have some footage of what was going on at the time, and I'll show that right now. Hey guys, just wanted to show you what I'm up to right now. Right now I'm pretty much in the hallway of my apartment. It's pretty cloudy outside, so it's not worth the trouble of trying to paint out there. Right now we're working on the inner frame, and one thing I've kind of discovered is with this primer, which I almost kind of forgot, that it also acts as a bit of a paint at itself. So I'm not gonna lie, when I first started I was wondering if I was actually gonna run out of the German gray, but this actually adds like a nice little subtle nuance to where I could have like a two-tone inner frame, which I think is pretty cool. So you can see right here some of the frame bits I've already started to paint, and then on the side you can tell it's a little bit darker. So that tells me that I got something to work with. So hopefully we can finish up. This is only one of the three primary frame runners, so it's gonna take a little bit, but hopefully I can nail a bit of it down. Oh, this is and that was the last bit that I was able to save. Now, the project in of itself started to fall apart after that point. If you guys don't know, I was using Krylon primer for my main primer source for this project, mainly because Michaels had a sale, and I also couldn't find various different amounts of Tamiya primer in order to use for this project. So I went with Krylon because that was my open option at the time. It was going pretty well, and I actually did like how some of the chrome pieces did come out. It looked marvelous and was astronomically better than the chrome that I used on my Omnimon kit last year. So things were starting to go good. But as I was starting to put all the parts together, I ran into several problems, such as the ball joints in the hips were so tightly formed and painted, I could not unlock them. It was getting to a point where they were starting to break on me. Various other parts, especially the chrome, were falling apart as well, and just piece by piece it was starting to fall apart, and I'm wondering, what the hell is going on? What did I do wrong? And I discussed with Danik from Gunpla Network to discuss what was going on, because he wanted updates on the project as well as other Vicarious projects. And when I showed him the process, it dawned on me that the primer that I was using, the Krylon primer, was eroding and corroding the plastic, turning it very brittle, and was breaking apart very easily to the point where it was become unusable. And just so many parts were falling apart of me, and I tried my best to salvage the project. It was a failure. And there are multiple other parts of why I condemn this as a failure as well. As you guys know, this was part of a giveaway in order to celebrate 500 subscribers on YouTube. And the winner of the giveaway was supposed to get the real grade new Gundam. I contacted the winner almost 2 months ago, and no response. And I haven't seen a response. I've tried to reach out to them. To be honest, I don't think they even use YouTube anymore. Last I checked their channel has been updated in 4 years. So we have a project that fell apart, and we have a contest giveaway with the prize unclaimed. And then other shit started to fall apart in real life. The reason why you didn't see my intro in this video was because I lost all of my assets. That is because my computer crashed in the first clip of the Casval Gundam review that you saw there. I usually record my audio separately with my Yeti mic through Audacity. And if you guys remember, earlier in the summer, I had to get my laptop repaired because it had 2 problems. The power port to charge it actually ripped out of the laptop, and the casing for the electronics itself had become busted over the years. I had to jump 3 states to go to Maryland to go work at a fucking carnival in order to pay that off. And I thought it had fixed all the problems. I was holding on to the laptop as I was exporting the media files from Audacity into my Casval files. My computer died. It just crashed. And no amount of plugging it in was working. I took it to the shop again. Apparently the casing, they did not fix the casing. It's so sensitive that the actual power cell, the power on the laptop itself, cannot be saved. Because anytime I could hold it, it could disconnect from the laptop and it could crash all over again. They could not salvage my laptop. And they tried to get the hard drive out as well. They couldn't, so I had to take an older laptop from my uncle, who was gracious enough to give it to me, which I'm grateful for, so I can make videos again. But again, this laptop is from 2009. My laptop was from 2015. This thing still runs on Windows 7, and they're about to discontinue Windows 7 in January. I lost a lot of assets, video assets, some of which I was able to save because I had it backed on my USB or I had it in a cloud service. Others could not be saved. So, in a way, we're regressing a bit technologically. I do have Pro Vegas 17, but it might not work. I might have to go back to Vegas 12. And that's not including the fact that I haven't been able to make videos because I've been looking for a job. Just got through with grueling 2-week security training in order to become a security guard licensed in New York City. Got the license and the process of looking for a job as a part of a program, so that involves me being involved every single day. And then depression kicked in once again because I am just not good at making friends, it seems. I don't want to go into the whole thing, but if you guys have watched my channel long enough, you kind of know the situation that happened roughly a year and a half ago. Try to give you the abridged version. Lost my grandmother unexpectedly, went to a deep depression. Friends were not helping, friends were lying, friends were talking behind my back. I was becoming unhappy, tried to commit suicide, lost most of my friends. My best friend pretty much sided with them, left with them, kind of just admitted that our whole entire friendship was a lie, and was just kind of pretending out of sympathy and pity. Kept a few mutual friends from that pool of friends that I had. Tried my best. I admitted that I could not give them 100% of my effort because after the situation with my best friend, it's very difficult for me currently to give anyone 100% because I'm just so paranoid about being used and being lied to and being manipulated and gaslighted. It's difficult. And I also admit, because they're still friends with my old friends, I bitched a lot about my old friends throughout the course of the year. And I admit that probably did not help my case in terms of sympathy and just having a healthy friendship, things started to get bad. I won't use names, but basically, let's say I had this friend, right? It was his birthday party, and he wants to invite me. He also wants to invite my old friends, mainly the ones that I had most of the animosity with. He asks me, can he be in the same room with them? At first I say no, then another friend invites me to their wedding, but again, the main person from that old group that I had animosity with is the bridesmaid. So I just come to realize, yeah, I can't avoid these people forever. We just have too many mutual ties. I've been hiding for almost a year. It's impossible. We're just too connected. I don't really have much of a choice. Told the friend, yeah, I'll be in the same room. He tells me, no, I need you to sit this out. I don't want to deal with the awkwardness. I don't want to deal with it. I just want a perfect day. Tried to be a team player, sat it out. They called me the day of, literally an hour before. Okay, these people dropped out, so you can show up now. That hurt. And it was like a long string of similar problems where it was clearly shown that the other person and the other people had a preference to my old friends. And we're all adults. We all are allowed preferences, and it sucks when you're not said preference, but I could live with that. It's just the lying and the avoiding and actions not lining up with words, and that went on for a period of about 4 months, and it was making me depressed again. Not suicidal, but just very depressed and making me feel inadequate and like I'm not good enough. Why can't I be good enough? I admit that I have a part in this failure, but I'm trying my best. So after multitude of civil problems, I just said, fuck it, I'm out of here. I'm not happy. I blocked him, and it was becoming a bit of a drama. Because apparently in 2019, blocking someone is seen as a very extreme option, which I somewhat agree on, but if I'm not happy, I'm allowed to leave. If I'm not happy and a friendship is not serving me, I'm allowed to leave. Because I'm not going to sacrifice my soul and my happiness trying to please others when people just can't be fucking honest with me. And then after I got rid of said friends, I got sent a very nasty message, which I won't go into the details. It was basically, oh, we never liked you anyway. You're lonely. You just destroy every friendship you care about. You're awkward. We're glad that you dropped us. Our lives are better off without you. You're a loser. And that confirmed to me that I made the best decision for myself that I could. But basically, month of October was just a shit show for me on a personal level. That's why I haven't been posting much. And then on top of that, this project has been a complete failure. Casval Gundam, right now, I think what I want to do is I want to revisit this in about 6 months. I think I'll just use either the Verka or the Origin as my stand-in. I know, going forward, don't use Chiron. Tamiya is the way to go in terms of priming. But I did promise you guys a painted build, so my next idea is I'm going to go and pick up the old 1/60th Wing Zero. Not the perfect grade, the old 1/60th scale Wing Zero from 1995. I found it on eBay for about $80, which is a little overpriced, but it is a rare kit. It's hard to find. So I'm going to go pick that up and paint that. And as terms, as far along as the new Gundam Verka giveaway, that's going to become the new giveaway, and that will be attached to the 1/60th no grade Wing Zero painted build. So that's what I'm going to do going forward. My next review, if GameStop finally actually gets this, because they've pushed it back twice now, is the Figurized Standard War Greymon. I've had it on pre-order since the beginning of October. It was supposed to come out on the 15th, then GameStop pushed it back to the 25th, and now as of today, GameStop pushed it back to the 28th, which is becoming very annoying. I wish I had enough to just go to Image Anime to go get it at the time, but I didn't. I just went with GameStop because it was the cheaper option, but it's coming with a lot of delays. But that will be the next review coming in the channel, and if everything goes right, you should see it next Saturday. I'm sorry that I let my personal life get the best of me. I'm sorry for the failure of this project. I thought it would have been very monumental to the channel. And I was so excited to get this happening, and it just fell apart, and all I can say is I'm sorry, and hopefully the rest of the year should go without a hitch. This is 101 R. Smith, and I will see you later. Peace.